Alright, so let's talk about AI. It feels like just yesterday we were all blown away by what these language models could do. Remember back in 2024, everyone was talking about it. AI was the future, the next big thing, the technology that was going to change everything. Fast forward to today, 2026, that future is now our present. AI isn't just a cool party trick anymore. It's not just for writing funny poems or generating weird images. It has woven itself into the fabric of our daily lives, especially in the professional world. It's in our phones, it's in our cars, and most importantly, it's become a critical tool for getting work done. Think about it. 2 years ago, we were just scratching the surface. We were figuring out what prompts worked best, discovering the limits of these early models. Now, in 2026, these AI assistants are so much more powerful, so much more integrated into our workflows. They help us draft emails, analyze complex data, brainstorm marketing campaigns, write code. For businesses, using AI is no longer optional. It's become a competitive necessity. If you're not leveraging AI in your business, you're likely falling behind. The landscape has matured, and the tools have become incredibly sophisticated, making them indispensable for modern professionals. The conversation has shifted dramatically. It's no longer about if you should use AI, but which AI you should use. The market, once flooded with countless contenders, has seen a few major players rise to the top. ChatGPT, Claude. These two AI titans have been in a constant state of evolution, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. They've been locked in a fierce battle for supremacy, more power, more features, more reasons. This isn't just a tech rivalry, it's a battle that will define the tools we use to build the future of business. So, the AI revolution we talked about, it happened. We're living in it. The initial hype has settled, and we're now in an era of practical application. We've moved past the novelty and into a phase of optimization. Businesses are trying to figure out which AI gives them the best return on investment, the biggest productivity boost, the most secure platform. The stakes are higher than ever. Streamlining your operations, getting stuck with a tool that doesn't quite fit your needs. That's why we're here today, to dive deep into this ongoing rivalry and see where things stand in 2026. So why are we doing this comparison now in 2026? It's simple. The game has changed. What was true about these AI models a year ago, or even 6 months ago, is likely outdated today. The pace of development in this space is just relentless. OpenAI, Anthropic are constantly rolling out updates. They are in a non-stop race for better performance, smarter features, more robust capabilities. A feature that was exclusive to one platform last month might be standard on both this month, but implemented in completely different ways. This constant evolution makes it incredibly difficult for business professionals to keep up. You're busy running your company, managing your team, and focusing on your core tasks. You don't have time to constantly test every new AI model that comes out. Yet, the decision of which AI to integrate into your workflow is a critical one. It impacts efficiency, creativity, and even your bottom line. Making the wrong choice could mean wasting valuable time and resources on a tool that isn't the best fit for your specific needs. This comparison is designed to cut through that noise and give you a clear, up-to-date picture of where these two giants stand right now. Think of it like choosing a smartphone. A few years ago, the differences between the top models were huge. Now, they're much more subtle, but those small differences can have a big impact on your daily experience. It's the same with AI assistants. Both ChatGPT and Claude are incredibly powerful in 2026. Both can write, analyze, and create. But they have different strengths, different philosophies, different personalities. One might excel at creative writing, while the other might be a powerhouse for technical data analysis. Understanding these nuances is key to making an informed decision. That's why this showdown is so important. It's not just about declaring one winner. It's about understanding the specific use cases where each one shines. Marketing professional, financial analyst, software developer. We're going to break down their performance across a range of common business tasks, from content creation to data research. Our goal is to provide you with the insights you need to choose the right AI copilot for your professional journey. This isn't just an academic exercise. It's a practical guide to help you navigate one of the most important technology decisions you'll make this year. So how are we going to do this? To make this comparison fair and useful, we need a clear plan. We can't just ask both AIs a few random questions and call it a day. We need a structured approach, head-to-head tests that push them to their limits and reveal their true capabilities. We're going to treat this like a proper matchup. different rounds for business functions: raw intelligence, creativity, user experience, and security. This is the 2026 AI Showdown. First category, content creation, writing marketing copy, drafting internal reports, creating social media content. We'll analyze the quality, tone, and creativity of their output. Next, research and analysis, complex data sets, market trend summaries, extracting meaningful insights from dense information. Can they identify patterns? Provide actionable business intelligence. Then, workflow and productivity. How well do these AIs integrate into the daily grind of a busy professional? Scheduling, summarizing long email threads, helping to organize complex projects. An AI assistant should make your life easier, not add another layer of complexity. Finally, user interface, ease of use, and security. We'll also be on the lookout for any unique, standout features that one model has in 2026 that the other doesn't. Sometimes it's that one killer feature that can make all the difference in your decision. Throughout this whole process, we'll be using real-world business scenarios. These won't be abstract theoretical tests. We're going to use prompts and tasks that you would actually encounter in your job. The goal is to provide a practical, hands-on comparison that gives you a real feel for how each AI performs. We'll show you the prompts we use and the full responses we get back, so you can see the results for yourself. By the end of this, you'll have a clear understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of both ChatGPT and Claude in 2026, and you'll be equipped to decide which one is the undisputed champion for your business needs. Let the battle begin. First up, let's talk about the household name, the one that really kicked this whole thing off for the public, ChatGPT. Developed by OpenAI, a research lab based in San Francisco, ChatGPT burst onto the scene and fundamentally changed our perception of AI. It wasn't the first language model, not by a long shot, but it was the first one that was so accessible, so easy to use, and so impressively capable that it captured the world's imagination. It felt like a true leap forward, a glimpse into the future of human-computer interaction. It quickly became the benchmark against which all other conversational AIs were measured, the reigning champion in the space. OpenAI's journey started long before ChatGPT became a global phenomenon. Founded with the ambitious goal of ensuring that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity, they have been at the forefront of AI research for years. They've had a string of successes with their GPT, or generative pre-trained transformer models. Each version, from GPT-2 to GPT-3 and beyond, has shown exponential growth in capability. By 2026, we're looking at a model that is the result of years of relentless iteration, massive investment, and access to an unparalleled amount of training data. This history gives ChatGPT a certain maturity and robustness that is hard to replicate. The core strength of ChatGPT has always been its incredible versatility. You can ask it to do almost anything that involves language, and it will give it a shot. Over the years, OpenAI has focused on making it a jack-of-all-trades, a powerful generalist tool. They integrated features like web browsing, image generation with DALL-E, and advanced data analysis capabilities directly into the main interface. This has made it a sort of Swiss Army knife for knowledge work, a single platform where you can tackle a huge variety of tasks without needing to switch between different applications. By 2026, the ChatGPT we're using is a far cry from the one that launched in 2022. It's more than just a chatbot, it's a full-fledged work platform. OpenAI has leveraged its early lead and the massive user base to continuously refine the model. Every conversation, every piece of feedback has helped them iron out the kinks and improve performance. This has resulted in an AI that is incredibly polished and user-friendly. It knows how to handle a wide array of prompts and user intentions. It's the incumbent, the default choice for millions, and it carries the confidence and the feature set of a product that has been leading the market for years. Now let's turn our attention to the challenger, the one that's been steadily gaining ground and earning a reputation for being different, Claude. Anthropic was founded by former senior members of OpenAI. They left with a mission to build AI systems that are not just powerful, but helpful, harmless, and honest. This focus on AI safety and a more reliable, predictable assistant has guided them from day one, and it's a difference you feel when you use Claude. Claude made a name for itself by being more thoughtful. Early users said it was more cautious, less prone to making things up, and better at handling nuanced or sensitive conversations. Anthropic's constitutional AI approach, which trained Claude with a set of principles, a constitution, to make its values explicit and its responses aligned with being helpful and safe, positioned Claude as a more conscientious alternative. While ChatGPT aimed to be the jack of all trades, Claude carved out a niche by excelling at handling long, complex documents. Its standout feature was a massive context window. It could read and analyze huge amounts of text at once, entire novels, lengthy financial reports, complex legal contracts, then answer questions or summarize with high accuracy. For professionals dealing with dense documents, this was game-changing and indispensable. By 2026, Claude is no longer just a niche player. Anthropic has broadened its capabilities to compete more directly with ChatGPT, while still retaining its core strengths in safety and long context processing. It's now much stronger in areas like creative writing, coding, and general problem solving. It has grown into a full-blown contender for the top spot, representing a different philosophy on how AI should be built and behave. This is Claude, the thoughtful challenger in this AI showdown. When you look at ChatGPT and Claude side by side, it's clear they aren't just two different brand names for the same product. They are built on fundamentally different philosophies. OpenAI's philosophy with ChatGPT seems to be centered around maximizing capability and versatility. Their goal is to push the boundaries of what's possible, creating a powerful, general-purpose tool that can adapt to an almost infinite number of tasks. They want to put the most powerful AI possible into the hands of users and let them discover its potential. This approach has led to an AI that is incredibly creative, flexible, and often willing to take risks in its responses. It's eager to please and will try to fulfill any request you throw at it. The focus is on empowerment and open-ended exploration. OpenAI has built an ecosystem around ChatGPT with APIs, plugins, and custom GPTs, encouraging a vast community of developers and users to build on top of their platform. Anthropic, on the other hand, has taken a more deliberate and cautious path with Claude. Their core philosophy is built around AI safety and reliability. They aren't just trying to build the most powerful model, they're trying to build the most trustworthy one. Their constitutional AI training method is a direct reflection of this. They are trying to build the AI's ethical framework right into its foundations, rather than just patching it on top with human feedback. This results in an AI that is often more reserved. It's more likely to admit when it doesn't know something and is less likely to generate potentially harmful or nonsensical content, a phenomenon we call hallucination. This focus on safety and predictability shapes the entire user experience. Claude often feels more like a dependable colleague than a wildly creative muse. It's less about dazzling you with unexpected creativity and more about providing consistent, high-quality, and safe results, especially in a professional context. So you have two very different approaches to building AI. OpenAI's path of maximizing capability and rapid iteration, and Anthropic's path of prioritizing safety and principled behavior. Neither is inherently better, but they lead to two very distinct tools. All right, let's get into the specifics of what we're looking at today in 2026. For OpenAI, we're looking at the latest iteration in their GPT series. It's faster, more accurate, significantly more multimodal. This means it's not just about text anymore. Understanding images, understanding audio, understanding video. One of the biggest leaps for the 2026 ChatGPT model is its enhanced reasoning ability. OpenAI has poured massive research into solving complex, multi-step problems. It can break down a difficult question, create a plan to solve it, execute that plan, which might involve writing and running code, or searching the web, then present a coherent answer. On the other side, Anthropic's 2026 Claude model has also seen massive improvements. They've maintained their lead in handling long contexts, and they've worked to close gaps in other areas. The latest Claude is significantly more creative, less robotic than before. It can generate high-quality marketing copy, write engaging scripts. A key development is Claude's tool use functionality, interacting with external software and APIs securely. This is Anthropic's answer to ChatGPT's plugins and ecosystem. It enables Claude to book appointments, search databases, manage e-commerce inventories. So we have two incredibly advanced models for this showdown. ChatGPT is pushing multimodal reasoning and creative expression. Claude is enhancing creative abilities while doubling down on reliability and enterprise workflow automation. The stage is set for a very close competition. All right, let's kick things off with a classic business task, creating marketing copy. This is the bread and butter for so many companies. For our first test, we asked both ChatGPT and Claude to act as marketing assistants for a fictional startup launching FlowState. FlowState helps professionals minimize distractions and focus on deep work. We asked them for 3 assets: a website headline, a short email announcement, and an App Store product description. ChatGPT jumped in with creative energy. Bold, punchy, very modern. Unlock your deep work, find your flow state, the end of distraction, the beginning of productivity. These are solid, benefit-driven headlines. ChatGPT's email was enthusiastic, direct, used emojis, and a clear CTA. Claude was noticeably different. Reserved, more sophisticated language. Achieve effortless focus with flow state. Master your attention, master your work. Tone felt more premium and professional. Claude's email was well-structured and persuasive. Who wins this round? It depends on your brand. ChatGPT = high-energy idea generator, like a hyper-enthusiastic junior copywriter. Claude = seasoned brand strategist. Polished, on-message, less editing needed. ChatGPT may edge B2C. Claude may win for B2B or premium brands. Next up, we moved from short, punchy copy to something more substantial, long-form content. This is crucial for businesses looking to establish thought leadership. For this test, we tasked both AIs with a common business scenario, drafting a 1,000-word article on the future of remote work in a post-AI world, intended for a company's official blog. We provided a few bullet points as a guide: AI-powered collaboration tools, the 4-day workweek, maintaining company culture. ChatGPT tackled this task with impressive speed and structure. It immediately generated a clear outline, an introduction, body paragraphs each tied to our bullet points, a concluding summary. The resulting article was well-organized and easy to read. Claude, leveraging its long context capabilities, approached with more depth and narrative flow. The article felt less like answered bullets and more like a cohesive, thoughtful essay. Smoother transitions, better weaving of themes into a single argument. Claude's style was notably more eloquent. This round highlights the core philosophies. ChatGPT = efficiency engine, delivers well-structured, usable content that meets the prompt. 90% of the work in seconds. Claude aims for the final 10%. Invests in craft to produce a more finished draft that needs less stylistic editing. ChatGPT for volume and speed. Claude for flagship quality and nuance in 2026. Now for a different kind of content creation challenge: social media. This is a tricky one. Good social media content needs to be concise, platform-aware, and engaging. We asked both AI assistants to repurpose a long article on the future of remote work into a social campaign. We asked for 3 pieces: a professional LinkedIn post, a thread for X, and an Instagram caption to accompany an image. ChatGPT immediately showed its strength, adapting to each platform. LinkedIn, a professional, insightful post. LinkedIn, relevant business hashtags. LinkedIn, a prompt for discussion in the comments. X, a punchy numbered thread. X, use of emojis to keep it engaging. X, thread emoji linking posts. Instagram, conversational, visually focused caption. Instagram, hashtag, future of work. Instagram, hashtag, work-life balance. Claude also did a competent job adapting content. Claude's LinkedIn was especially strong and authoritative. It was insightful and asked a thoughtful question to drive engagement. But Claude's X and Instagram suggestions felt less natural. Claude's X thread was well-written but more formal and wordy. Claude's Instagram caption lacked the casual, snappy voice ChatGPT captured. In the social media gauntlet, ChatGPT is the clear winner. ChatGPT can quickly shift tone. ChatGPT can quickly shift style. ChatGPT can quickly shift formatting. It's trained on massive social media examples, and it shows. It gives content that feels native to the platform. For our final content test, we wanted to explore the 2 extremes of writing: highly creative and highly technical. First, we asked both AIs to write a short, imaginative story for a Brands About Us page, personifying the FlowState app as a helpful guide on a journey. Second, we gave them a more technical task, writing a clear, step-by-step user guide for a complex feature, specifically how to set up project-specific focus profiles. ChatGPT produced a charming and whimsical narrative. The story was engaging, using vivid metaphors and a classic hero's journey structure. It was imaginative and emotionally resonant. However, when it came to the technical guide, its output was clear and functional, but a little generic. Claude, interestingly, showed a different set of strengths. Its version of the brand story was also very well written, though perhaps less whimsical and more focused on the feeling of calm and control. But where Claude truly excelled was in the technical writing task. The user guide it generated was impeccable. The language was precise, unambiguous, and perfectly structured. It anticipated potential user confusion and included helpful tips and warnings. This final round reveals a fascinating trade-off. ChatGPT in 2026 remains a powerhouse of creativity. It's your go-to for brainstorming and storytelling. Claude, while also creative, has a distinct edge in tasks that require precision, safety, and a deep understanding of complex instructions. Its superiority in technical writing and other forms of high-stakes communication is undeniable. If your content strategy is built around creative marketing and broad engagement, ChatGPT has the edge. If it involves producing accurate, reliable, and professional documentation, Claude is the safer and more capable choice. All right, moving on from content creation, let's get into the really heavy lifting research and analysis. For many professionals, this is where AI has the potential to be a true game changer. So, for our first test in this showdown, we gave both AIs a complex task. We uploaded a sample sales dataset in a spreadsheet format: product IDs, sales dates, regions, customer segments, revenue figures. We then asked both ChatGPT and Claude to act as a business analyst and identify the top 3 most significant trends from the past fiscal year. ChatGPT, with its advanced data analysis capabilities, immediately got to work. It was fascinating to watch. The interface showed that it was writing and executing Python code in the background, using libraries like pandas to ingest and manipulate the spreadsheet. It correctly identified key trends, such as the highest grossing product category and the fastest growing sales region. It presented its findings clearly with bullet points and even generated a couple of basic charts: a bar chart showing regional sales and a line graph illustrating monthly revenue growth. Claude's approach was also powerful, but slightly different. Instead of defaulting to code execution, its initial analysis relied more on its raw language comprehension of the data. It ingested the entire file within its massive context window and began its analysis. What was remarkable was the nuance in its findings. While it also identified the top-selling products and regions, it went a step further. It pointed out a subtle correlation between a specific customer segment and a decline in repeat purchases for a certain product line, suggesting a potential customer satisfaction issue. So, what's the verdict for this first round of analysis? It's a very close call, and it highlights their different strengths. ChatGPT is the master of speed and direct visualization. Its ability to automatically generate code and charts makes it an incredibly efficient tool for getting quick, high-level summaries of structured data. It's perfect for the professional who needs a fast answer from a dataset. Claude, however, demonstrates superior interpretive depth. Its ability to reason over the entire dataset as a single block of information allows it to spot more subtle patterns and connections. It acts more like a senior analyst, providing not just the what, but a hint of the why. One of the biggest concerns with AI models, especially in a professional setting, is the issue of hallucination. That's when the AI confidently states something that is completely fabricated. In business, accuracy is not just a preference, it's a requirement. To test this, we designed a series of tricky prompts: obscure questions about niche historical facts, queried specific, non-existent financial data points within the sales report we provided earlier, and asked for biographical details of a fake industry expert. The goal was to see if the AIs would invent an answer, or if they would admit they didn't know. ChatGPT, having been trained to be as helpful as possible, showed a slight tendency to overreach. On the obscure historical questions, it sometimes tried to piece together a plausible-sounding answer that was not entirely accurate. When asked for the non-existent financial data point, it initially tried to calculate a proxy figure, which was clever, but not what was asked. It was only when pressed that it admitted the specific data point was not present. On the fake expert, it did correctly state that it could not find information on such a person. Claude, true to its safety-first design philosophy, performed exceptionally well in this test. When faced with the obscure historical questions, it consistently responded with phrases like, "I do not have enough information to answer that with certainty," or it would provide the information it did have while carefully qualifying its confidence level. When asked for the non-existent data in the spreadsheet, it immediately and correctly stated that the specific data was not available in the provided document. It did not try to guess or create a proxy. On the fake expert prompt, it gave a clear and direct refusal to provide information. For accuracy under pressure, Claude is the undisputed winner. Its principled design shines through in these scenarios. For any business professional where factual accuracy is non-negotiable, and that should be most of us, Claude's reliability is a massive asset. The risk of an AI confidently presenting false information in a report or client communication is significant. Claude's tendency to err on the side of caution makes it a much more trustworthy partner for high-stakes analytical work. Finally, an AI assistant is only useful if it fits smoothly into your existing workflow. An amazing tool that requires you to constantly switch contexts or perform complicated steps can actually slow you down. So for our final test in this section, we looked at how well ChatGPT and Claude integrate with the other tools business professionals use every day. We evaluated their API capabilities, their availability as browser extensions, native app integrations, and the overall ease of summoning them to help with a task without breaking your flow. OpenAI has had a significant head start here, and it shows. The ChatGPT ecosystem is vast and mature. Its API is robust and well documented, leading to thousands of third-party integrations. You can find ChatGPT built into everything from word processors to customer relationship management software. Its official browser extension is powerful, allowing you to select text on any web page and get instant assistance. Anthropic has been working hard to catch up, and by 2026, Claude's integration story is much stronger, though still more focused. They have prioritized deep, high-quality integrations with major enterprise platforms like Slack, Notion, and certain customer relationship management systems. Their tool use functionality allows for powerful, secure custom workflows within a corporate environment. When it comes to workflow integration, ChatGPT takes the lead due to the sheer breadth and maturity of its ecosystem. For the individual professional who uses a wide variety of apps and tools, ChatGPT's ubiquitous presence is a massive advantage. However, Claude's more focused, enterprise-first approach is very compelling for larger organizations. Its deep, secure integrations with core business platforms can provide a more stable and powerful experience for company-wide deployments. For overall versatility, ChatGPT wins, but for dedicated enterprise workflows, Claude presents a very strong and increasingly attractive alternative. Beyond the core capabilities, the battle for AI dominance is fought on the frontier of standout features. These are the wow factors that make a tool indispensable. ChatGPT's killer, advanced native multimodality. It can genuinely see, hear, and speak. Show it a live video feed of a broken engine, and it can diagnose the problem. Have a live spoken rehearsal for a presentation. It will give feedback on tone and pacing. It can analyze a whiteboard sketch, then turn that into a functioning website. Claude's killer. An unparalleled massive context window, expanded to an almost unbelievable size in 2026. It ingests and reasons over millions of tokens at once, equivalent to an entire library of books or a full year's company financials. This is not just bigger, it's qualitatively different. It can analyze a full code base for security issues, cross-reference thousands of legal docs for precedent, or summarize every customer support ticket from a quarter. These features serve different needs. ChatGPT's multimodality equals interactive, real-world problem-solving. For the engineer on the factory floor, the designer brainstorming layout, the professional wanting a natural conversational partner. It brings AI into the physical world. Claude's context window equals a superpower for knowledge workers. For the lawyer, the researcher, the strategist, the developer, hunting a needle in a continent-sized haystack. Your choice, interacting with the world or synthesizing vast amounts of information. So, after putting both ChatGPT and Claude through a rigorous series of challenges, what have we learned? We've seen that in 2026, the AI landscape is no longer about one clear winner. Instead, it's a tale of two highly specialized, incredibly powerful titans, each carved out with a distinct philosophy and a unique set of strengths. On one side, we have ChatGPT, the versatile and creative powerhouse from OpenAI. It excelled in creating a wide variety of high-energy marketing copy. It effortlessly adapted its tone for different social media platforms. Its data analysis was lightning fast, generating code and charts to provide quick insights from structured data. Its standout feature, true multimodality, opens up a new world of interactive possibilities. On the other side, we have Claude, the thoughtful and reliable strategist from Anthropic. It consistently impressed us with its depth, nuance, and unwavering commitment to accuracy. It produced sophisticated, eloquent long-form content. It produced exceptionally precise technical documentation. In our analysis tests, it demonstrated a superior ability to synthesize complex information from multiple sources and uncover subtle, second-order insights. Its performance in the hallucination test was a testament to its safety-first design, making it the more trustworthy choice for high-stakes tasks. The battle has been incredibly close, with each AI winning distinct rounds. ChatGPT proved to be the champion of social media content, quick data visualization, and versatile workflow integration. Claude established its dominance in long-form writing, deep market research synthesis, and factual reliability under pressure. The choice between them is not a simple one. It's a strategic decision that depends entirely on your priorities. Do you value speed and creative versatility above all else? If you need to generate a dozen marketing ideas before lunch, draft a quick social media campaign, get a high-level summary of a sales report, or create a presentation deck with visual flair, ChatGPT is likely your winner for 2026. It is the ultimate productivity engine, a Swiss Army knife for the modern knowledge worker. Or is your work defined by the need for deep analysis, nuanced communication, and uncompromising accuracy? If your work demands precision, depth, and absolute reliability, Claude is your undisputed champion. Analyzing dense legal contracts, synthesizing complex market research reports, writing authoritative thought leadership articles, and ensuring the factual accuracy of every piece of communication. To make this verdict even more practical, let's break it down by specific professional roles. The best AI co-pilot for a marketer is not the same as the best one for a software developer. For marketers, social media managers, and content creators, ChatGPT is the clear winner. For financial analysts, legal professionals, and market researchers, Claude is the superior choice. For project managers and team leaders, the choice is a bit of a toss-up. We lean slightly towards ChatGPT for day-to-day task management. For software developers and engineers, the decision is nuanced. A good workflow: use ChatGPT for quick coding tasks and use Claude for large-scale code analysis. So where do we go from here? This 2026 showdown between ChatGPT and Claude reveals a clear trend. The future of AI is not about a single monolithic intelligence, but about a suite of specialized tools designed for specific tasks. The next major frontier is personalization and agency. The AI co-pilot of 2028 or 2030 will not just follow your instructions, it will proactively anticipate your needs based on a deep understanding of your goals, your projects, and your personal workflow. We can also anticipate a best-of-both-worlds scenario. Our software will become intelligent enough to route our requests to the best AI for the job automatically. The future of workflow is not choosing one AI, but effortlessly leveraging the strengths of all of them without even thinking about it. Ultimately, the real winner of the 2026 AI Showdown is you, the business professional. You now have access to a choice of incredibly powerful tools that can fundamentally reshape how you work, freeing you from tedious tasks and amplifying your core skills of creativity, strategy, and critical thinking. The key is to be an informed user. Understand the strengths and weaknesses, choose the right tool for the job, and learn how to partner with these amazing technologies. The AI revolution is well underway, and by making a smart choice today, you can ensure you're not just keeping up, but leading the way into the future of work. Thanks for watching.